Is it? Hey there, guys. This is Jesse Crow, the traveling scientist, going live from quarantine in Australia, where I'm stuck here for 2 weeks in this hotel room. It's pretty boring, so I'm going live every single day at the exact same time, 11 a.m. West Australia time, 1 p.m. East Australia time, and 8 p.m. if you're on the west coast of Canada or America. If you're anywhere else in the world, I'm really sorry. You can still watch, but I can't give you all the time zones. I can't do it. I'm a busy man. I'm sorry I'm a few minutes late today. G'day, Eli. Thanks for joining us. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. I just got a phone call in my hotel room, and they ring up, and they're like, "Is this Jesse?" I'm like, "Yes, this is Jesse. Who else would it be? I'm stuck in this room for 2 weeks." Anyway, talking about some money issues. They're going to break my legs. Not really. So sorting that out. Hey, legend, good to see ya. Yesterday, actually, I went live and I talked about coming to America with no plans, and I had no idea what I was doing. I flew into LA and somehow went on this crazy journey and ended up in Austin, Texas for 4th of July. That was a wicked adventure. I talked all about that yesterday, and you can see that on Instagram TV, or you can go to my YouTube channel and check out yesterday's video. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about how I got from Austin, Texas, all the way up and out of America, because my visa was running out, my money was running out, I needed to escape, and so I went on an adventure all the way from Austin, Texas, up to Vancouver, and that adventure involves multiple encounters with the police. It involves, what else happened? Getting stuck in Portland, and how I just got to the border with barely a couple of minutes to spare before they got real angry at me. Hi, Lou. So anyway, that's my life story for today. Who do I want to shout out? I just want to shout out all my friends and family, everyone that's been calling me and messaging me, because, yeah, I'm pretty bored and lonely here in this quarantine hotel room. So thanks for everyone that's keeping me entertained, sending me some love. I'm really appreciating it. It's nice to be back here in Australia, but yes, I am stuck in a hotel room, and that's why I'm going live today. So let me tell you this story. Basically, I was trapped, right? I'm trapped down in Austin, Texas. Not really trapped. I was having a good time. I was going out to bars. I was just enjoying myself. The World Cup was on at the time. I remember, I think France won. Bastards. No, it was good. But I kept going to bars and I kept losing my card, because you go to a bar there and you just start a tab and you put your card behind the bar, and then you have a few drinks, and all of a sudden you forget that you left a card behind, and then you go in the next morning and they overcharge you. They're just like, "Yeah, we just charged it plus like 25%. What do you mean? So that kind of sucked. Couldn't really afford Austin, Texas, and I had to escape. So I had a friend in Dallas, shout out to Michelle. Michelle had a pool at a hotel complex. So I got to go swimming, which was awesome, because middle of July in Texas is crazy hot and you want to go swimming. So that's right, Eli. Damn those monkeys. Yes, the pool in Dallas was cool, but Dallas itself, not a great city. So then I went to Waco to visit Marina. Marina, thank you so much for having me. Shout out to Marina Sels. She showed me around. She showed me some real American food and also some epic music. And we still trade music online all the time. So love some good tunes from Marina. But then I had to get out of Texas. It was too hot. It was too freaking hot. Must have been like, I don't know, average 40 degrees Celsius, 100 and something Fahrenheit. I don't even know the maths. But yes, I had to get out of Texas. So I got in Vanessa, got in my minivan, and I just drove all day. All day I drove, pumping the aircon, pumping the tunes, and eventually got up to Colorado. I got straight to Colorado, went to Fort Collins, I think it was, or somewhere up in the mountains. Colorado Springs? Is that where I was? Somewhere, my map's right here. Boulder. I went to Boulder, Colorado. And it was nice there. the altitude was a bit higher. It was like 10 degrees cooler. And I just pulled up by a lake and ended up camping by this lake for like a week. I was just hanging out. Boulder was a really nice, cool, kind of a little hippie town. Yeah, awesome place. I just hang out by the lake. There's a really nice museum there. Science museum. I can't remember exactly. It just talked a lot about climate change and it really opened your eyes. If you're ever near Boulder, Colorado, go check out this science museum. You'll know the one. Climate change place. I probably should have figured out what it was called. Anyway, awesome museum. Hi, Haley. In Boulder. And I was just chilling out there. It was really nice. But then my visa was running out. I only had a few weeks left in America. And I was like in Colorado, which is like smack bang in the middle in the Rocky Mountains. So I shot up through the Rocky Mountains National Park, which was stunning, by the way. Stopped in at a brewery and I was wearing a little badge that said, "Hi, I'm a scientist." And this guy's like, "What kind of scientist are you?" And I said, "Well, traveling scientist." And he was like, "Oh yeah." We started talking. Anyway, he invited me. That's right, that was Fort Collins. He invited me to stay with him in Fort Collins. This is like a 40-something-year-old dude, Joe. Shout out to Joe Eckert. Good dude. And he invited me to come stay with him. And he says, "Lots of breweries in Fort Collins. Come and have some beers." So I went to visit this really nice, generous man. Lovely family. And I'm a young, traveling guy. You can't trust me. So what he did to earn my trust is he just took me out to a bunch of bars and got me so paralytically drunk that I couldn't do anything sinister if I wanted to. So he just kept feeding me beers and shots, and he paid for everything. Awesome guy. But he made me so sick. And then he took me to his regular bar, the one that he goes to all the time, and kept feeding me drinks until, yeah, I pretty much vomited on the floor in his local. It was pretty embarrassing, and completely forgot about that until the next day when we went back there. And the waitress is like, "No, you're not allowed in here anymore. You were way too drunk last night." Anyway, Joe, good dude. Thanks for taking care of me in Fort Collins. Also took me out to some really nice restaurants. We had a good time. I miss you, buddy. Anyway, I got out of Colorado. I went north up into Wyoming, and I went to Yellowstone National Park. And this is the one time in America that I paid for camping. I paid to stay in Yellowstone National Park because it's a stunning, awesome place. And, you know, you can drive in and out of the park to save a couple dollars on camping, but to actually stay in the middle of this place, there's so much wildlife. There's bears, there's osprey, buffalo as far as the eye can see. Herds, great big herds of buffalo. And I'm not supposed to, but snuck in there and took some photos. And whew, it was awesome. Yellowstone, really cool. And also, that's where all of the hot springs are, the natural hot springs and the geysers and those water things go. So it's really cool to check those out. And then after Yellowstone, I went to Montana for about 5 minutes and then back out. It's like a little corner that you drive through as you're leaving Yellowstone National Park. Hey, Megan. Went through Idaho and drove through Idaho. That was, it was okay. I think I saw some people there. Hi, Idaho people. Lovely state you've got. But I was really on my way to Portland, Oregon, because I got a message from Natasha. Shout out to Natasha, leader of the Theory Gang, which is a really cool science-based company in Oregon. And she just messaged me. She was like, "Hey, let's catch up for a beer." So I was like, I don't know anything about this person, but it's worked for me so far. If someone just messages you on Instagram and wants to hang out, go hang out with them. It'll probably work out. Sometimes it doesn't, maybe, but I've been pretty lucky. So I went to meet up with Natasha. She was a legend. She introduced me to this girl called Amy. Shout out to Amy. Geez, I miss you, Amy. Had a couple drinks with Amy, and then she thought it'd be fun to take me to a nude beach. So that's how we met each other. We went straight to a nude beach just outside of Portland. Didn't even know they existed. And got naked, went for a swim. It's a good time. Actually, that reminds me. Every chance I got in America and Canada, I went for a naked swim. True story. I don't tell a lot of people that, but I have so many photos of my butt around America. It's great. I'll look back on them one day with pride. Anyway, Nude Beach in Portland. Portland was great. And my visa was about to run out. I'm running out of time. I'm running out of money. I had like no money left at this point. A couple $100, if that. And, thanks, Haley. So I had to escape, but I was having so much fun. You know, went to my first ever strip club in Portland. It was incredible. And then I went to like 6 more. I went to the arcade, bars, food. Portland is probably my favorite place in America. Honestly, I spent a lot of time there. It was incredible. Right up until it was my last day. I had my visa saying you're allowed in America until the 28th of August. And it was the 28th of August. And I gotta go. I had to leave and say goodbye to Tasha, say goodbye to Amy. And I just got in my car again and just drove. There was a few times in America where I just drove for like stupid amounts of time. And I drove straight up to the border from Portland, right up to the border, the Vancouver border. I got there with minutes to spare. Like, it was like 11 o'clock at night when I crossed the border out of USA and into Vancouver. And that was how I escaped America. I've just realized that I forgot the multiple police incidents that occurred on that adventure, so I'll run through them quickly. First off, when I was somewhere out in the middle of Colorado, I pulled out on the side of the road to just camp one night, like middle of nowhere. I was like, this will be fine. Just pulled over, slept in the back of my car. And then I woke up at 3 a.m, just pitch black to like red and blue flashing lights. And the police came and knocked on the door and they were like, what are you doing? Whew. So that was pretty scary. And anyway, he was like, you can't sleep here. And I was like, well, I'm already asleep here. And he was like, okay, well, you can sleep here, but don't do it again. Scared the bejesus out of me. To wake up to police lights at like 3 a.m. when you sleep in your car in the middle of nowhere, anything could happen. They could have been anyone. So I'm glad it was a policeman. And he was like, you take care now. When I was in Rocky Mountains National Park, I was sitting in the back of my car with my camera on a tripod, taking photos of the mountains. And then a policeman drove up and he's like, sir, we got a call that someone has a gun in the back of their car and they're pointing it at the cars on the road. And I was like, I don't have a gun. They were like, yeah, they described you. I was like, I don't have a gun. This is my camera on a tripod. I'm taking photos of the mountains. And he was like, huh, okay, you have a good day. So lots of misunderstandings. There was one time it wasn't a misunderstanding where I was driving through Portland and there was a green light and then went orange. And so I was like, oh, better speed up a bit. And then it went red and I just shot straight through this red light. And there was literally a policeman right behind me and he pulled me over straight away. And I was like, oh my God, I blew it. So I pulled over and the policeman comes up and he's like, son, you just ran a red light. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And he's like, license and registration. And I gave him my passport. And he's like, are you from Australia? And I was like, yeah, I'm from Australia. And he was like, all right, just don't do it again. And then he gave my, like that was it. He just gave me my passport and walked off. And I was like, cool. Awesome. Super lucky. That should have cost me. But the policeman just couldn't be bothered dealing with the paperwork of finding an Australian. So, lucky me. Anyway, that was some of my police encounters in America. I had a few in Canada as well, but we'll get to that in the future. Tomorrow, I'm going to tell the story of what happened when I finally got to Canada. What did I do when I first got to Vancouver? Running out of cash. I know I keep telling the story that I didn't have much money. I was a pretty poor traveler. I was like making money as I went. But what I did, how I ended up on Vancouver Island, how I ended up in the snowy mountains, how I somehow got a season pass and awesome snowboard gear, and I ended up, Mike says I should move to Florida. Good advice, Mike. I'll think about it. But yeah, how I ended up with an awesome job and a penthouse apartment in a mountain, on a mountain. How did that happen from someone who was broke and had no idea what he was doing with his life? Still doesn't know. But that's a cool story. That's going to be tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in today, guys. Appreciate it. If you're tuning in just now, Sorry that you missed most of my story, but you can go back and watch it. It's going to be posted live on Instagram TV and also on YouTube. I'm posting all these videos. I'm going live every day while I'm here in quarantine. 14 days quarantine in Perth, Australia. Not because I'm sick, 100% healthy, but because that's what it takes to get into Australia. You have to quarantine for 2 weeks, trapped in a tiny hotel room. And thank you for listening to my stories. I hope you enjoy them. Some people do. If you don't watch them. But tune back in. Same time every day. 11 a.m. West Australia time. 1 p.m. East Australia time. 8 p.m. on the west coast of USA and Canada. And what time is it over in the UK? Someone says they're watching in the UK. I'm going to keep this going for a few more seconds so we can figure it out. Because I know there's people in other parts of the world watching as well. And I don't know where you're all watching from, but I love it. I love feedback. Let me know what you guys enjoy about the stories. Some people say they love the stories. Let me know what you love. Let me know what you hate. 4:20 a.m. in the UK. Good job for watching. I'm not even mad. I'm impressed. Well, see you at 4:20 a.m. tomorrow, 4 a.m. And yeah, let me know what you guys like about it. Let me know what you want to see, what you want me to do while I'm here in my hotel room. Maybe I can, I don't know, do a little karate kick or something. Handstands, cartwheels, you name it. I'll do it. But yeah, same time tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much for watching today. And remember, bad decisions make good stories. Cheers, legends. I'll see you all tomorrow, same time.